Hello and welcome back to another video here at Practical Healing Foods. I'm Tim. This is our second video in our Thanksgiving series. Today we're going to be making keto turkey stuffing. What is Thanksgiving without stuffing? I know in the past I love, like the stovetop stuffing, the Pepperidge Farm stuffing. I love that stuff, but the problem with it is when you're on a keto diet, those are carbs and you cannot be eating that. Once you start down the keto lifestyle, even during the holidays, you don't want to fall off the wagon and start eating a bunch of carbs and falling into that category. During the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you want to have the comfort foods that you had growing up. You know, when you have all those wonderful memories of sitting around with family and spending time with family during these holidays, it's important, to have, try to relive that with your current family, with your kids and your wife and your family. So let's try to live the healthy lifestyle, keto lifestyle, but also let's let it feel and taste like Thanksgiving. So this video is going to be the second video in our series. Now, this is turkey stuffing, but it's going to be keto turkey stuffing. So this turkey stuffing will be guilt-free, so there's nothing to worry about. With the keto turkey stuffing that I'm getting ready to show you how to make, you're going to have 10 grams of fats. You're going to have a total of 7 carbs, but net carbs are only going to be 4 grams with this turkey stuffing. You got to have stuffing with your turkey, so let's make it healthy. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the camera rearranged so that way I can show you how I'm making this, and you can follow along at home too, take some notes, and try this for your Thanksgiving turkey stuffing. Okay, to start out with, what you're going to need to do is preheat your oven to 450 degrees. While it's preheating, we're going to go ahead and get this stuff going. All right, so what you're going to need is 2 pans. What I recommend doing is lining it with parchment, both of them with parchment. You can use, the sprays and stuff straight on the pans. It makes your life easier if you cover it with parchment. And cleanup's easier and everything's so much easier that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What we need is a mixing bowl. So grab your mixing bowl. So we're going to start mixing our vegetables in this bowl. All right, we're going to start with 1 medium-sized head of cauliflower that we've went and we've cut it into florets. Okay, we're going to dump that in our bowl. We're going to need 1 onion that has been sliced or chopped, okay? And then this is 1 stalk of celery. Not a bunch, but 1 stalk of celery that's been chopped. And then here we have 2 cloves of garlic that's been chopped up. Go ahead and throw those in there too. We're going to add some seasoning. So what we have here, this right here is poultry seasoning, and this is going to be a half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Let's go ahead and sprinkle that on top. Now, what goes without saying, everyone, that you're going to want to use organic, the best quality ingredients when you make this at home. So everything needs to be organic. Your vegetables, your spices, everything needs to be organic and the best quality, especially since you're having this for Thanksgiving. So sage, this is also going to be a half a teaspoon of sage, ground sage. Okay, and then we have a half a teaspoon of the thyme, ground thyme. All right, so then we're going to add some sea salt. So right here, this is sea salt. You can use pink Himalayan salt if you'd like, but what it's going to be is going to be 1 teaspoon of salt to taste. I recommend starting out smaller, and you can always add salt, later on. Always start out with lower and then work your way up. But I know a teaspoon is good. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit of ground black pepper. This is roughly a 1/4 teaspoon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our hands in there and we're going to mix this up a little bit, get this going, the seasonings mixed up through our vegetables here. It smells so good, guys, with all that seasoning. Okay, now we're going to add some olive oil. Now get the extra virgin olive oil, get you a good brand, and again, the way that the polyphenols are in it, that's the stuff that is, if you take like a shot of this olive oil and you feel it burning in the back of your throat, that means it's high in polyphenols, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, so you're going to add 1/4 cup of olive oil to the mix here. Just right on here, right on top of it, we're going to pour that like so. All right, now we're going to toss that around a little bit too. Make sure everybody gets covered here in the bowl. Now these other ingredients you see on the side, we're going to add these at a later time, but not right at this moment. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our biggest pan first. What you want to do is when we get ready to put these in the oven, You want to be able to put them at the same rack. That way they cook the same way. If you're not able to do so, do one pan and then the second pan. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to spread this mixture in a single layer onto this baking sheet. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pour this on here. Since our hands are already dirty, use your hands. So you want to get it where we're going to just, that way when we're browning all this, it's going to cook evenly. So make sure we even all this out really well. Cauliflower is a good staple when it comes to the keto diets and keto recipes and stuff. On my channel, I have a pizza crust recipe. If you all haven't seen that yet, check it out. I'll put it up there in the corner for the keto pizza 3 ways, and also seafood pizza. I use cauliflower and mozzarella in the crust, and it turns out really good. And the cool thing about that pizza is you can eat it every day and not gain any weight, and it's healthy for you. Okay, I just switched to my second pan here. Let's see if we can get all the goodies out now. Okay, set that to the side. Okay, go ahead and spread these out too. Looks like we're going to be really good with right on the money for as far as space goes, so that worked out good. If you all want to pick you up some of these stainless steel pizza pans, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. I get them from Amazon, and they're pretty reasonable, and they work really good. I highly recommend them. And they're stainless steel, so you don't have a lot of nasty metals leach into your foods as it's cooking. Okay, now what we're going to do, since the oven has been preheated and it's heated up to 450 degrees, we're going to place these into the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, what we're going to be looking for is, as we're putting them in the oven, is the onion should be soft and the cauliflower should be slightly browned. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in the oven. We'll be back in a moment. So we're going to let that cool just for a second, just for a few seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer everything into my pan here. Without making a mess. The reason why we're doing this is we've got to add some more ingredients, but we want to make sure everything is mixed well. All right. Now what we're going to do is, after we mix the remaining ingredients into our mix here for our turkey stuffing, we're going to just place everything onto one pan, so we can get rid of one of the small one now. We won't need that. Just be very careful. Everything is still very hot. Okay, so now at this point we're breaking down to just one pan here when we get ready to go back into the oven. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of our parsley, which is about a little over 2 tablespoons of parsley. Spread that throughout here. We're going to mix this really well, so there's no worry to worry about that right now. But you can, the recipe calls for about two tablespoons of parsley, but we're going to add just a little more. It's up to you. I mean, this is your recipe. Add as much as you want or as little as you want, or none if you don't like parsley. Okay, so now we're going to add a ½ cup of hemp heart seeds right here. Now these are organic. This particular brand is Kirkland, which is you can get this from Costco. I can't remember the price. We've had that for a little while. But you got 10 grams of protein, 12 grams of omega-3s and 6s. And remember, omega-3 and omega-6s, you want to make sure you have the right balance on those. I'll make a video here in the near future about the omega-3s and omega-6s and how you want to keep that balanced and the importance of it. Okay, so now we've got a ½ cup of pecans, organic pecans. We're just going to sprinkle this in here. Okay, last but not least, as I've got 2 tablespoons of organic grass-fed, grass-finished butter. So we're going to just kind of put these in here. Boy, it's gotten a little soft. The thinner you can get this, the better, but when it melts like this, it really doesn't matter because it's all one gooey gob. All right, so what we're going to do is just mix this all together. Just be careful, it's still warm, so be careful. Let's grab a spoon just to be on the safe side. So it's hot, so you got to be careful. What smells so good with the spices. Let's mix this up really good now. Incorporate everything together. back to our pan, but just be careful, the pan could still be quite warm. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and just scoop all this back onto the pan. Now we're not worried about making just a thin layer. We're gonna put everything back on here. Everybody's coming to the party this time. One tray. But we do want to go ahead and level all that out though. Try to make it as level as possible. That way when you're cooking it, it'll cook a little bit more evenly. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put this back into the oven at the 450 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. The seed should be toasted, the cauliflower should be well brown at that time, and the onions will be very soft or caramelized. Now this particular batch right here will serve roughly 10 people. And that's going to be about a half a cup each for each person. So keep that in mind as you're making it. If you need to add more to your recipe, just up each ingredient until you achieve the amount of people that you're looking for. Put this back in the oven right now. We're going to set a timer. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Starting now.
I'll check it at 12 minutes, and if I need to go to 15, we'll go to 15. We'll see you in a few moments. All right, everyone, I just removed the stuffing from the oven, and it's right here, as you can see. Turned out really well. All right, let's go ahead and get a taste of it. That is really good, guys. The seasonings are right on the key. Not too salty. All right, guys, that is the stuffing. It tastes really good. It's going to be really good with our turkey. Just want to kind of give you a little spoiler, a little sneak peek. The last video in this Thanksgiving series will have all the items that you've seen together as the meal. So that's why I'm not going to eat any more of that right now, because we're going to use that in our turkey. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure you watch the last video. That way you can see everything plated as a Thanksgiving type of meal. All right, guys, as always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel. It helps out our channel. And if you like what we're doing here, make sure you share it on your social media like Facebook, Instagram, that sort of thing. It really helps the channel out. Everything you've seen here, I'm going to be having links below in my description. So if there's something in our video that you've seen, whether it be cooking utensils, cooking pans, or that sort of thing, I'll leave the link in the description below. Also remember, one of those links will be for the t-shirt. Here it'll take you to our practicalhealingfoods.com website. In there you'll be able to find all the recipes and everything for everything that we're doing here for the Thanksgiving meal, plus also everything else that we list here on YouTube and Rumble. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you say a prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. We'll say a prayer for you, and always be thankful. This is the season to be thankful. You should be thankful every day, but especially during Thanksgiving. Be thankful. Show somebody out there that you care, and just reach out to them, guys, especially family members. Sometimes also during this time of year, some people get really depressed. Some people may not have their family. You know, maybe they passed away. Their family members have passed away, and they don't have them. They're by themselves. Reach out to those people and help them, because they need them more than ever during this time of holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just be there for them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll catch you next week.